If you've ever wanted to create displays like these vertical cross sections, time series, time height, variable versus height, or model soundings in Cave's volume browser, you'll notice that you need to choose a point or baseline in the plane section. These define the point or line reference location that the display is built from. We set the points or lines interactively in an editor using the Points and Baselines tools. Let's first demonstrate how to set points. We load points into the map editor by opening the Tools menu and selecting Points. By default, you are given 10 points labeled A through J. These points are all editable, which we can tell by the label in the product resource stack. This means we can interactively move them about the map, and there are several ways to do this. Two simple ways are by clicking and dragging a point to a new location, or right-clicking in the editor to snap a point to that location. Hold right-clicking on a point gives you the options to edit the point's location and metadata, hide the point's visibility, delete it entirely, or select it for interactive moving. What's really helpful for editing points, though, is the Points List tool, which we open by hold right-clicking on the Interactive Points resource in the Product Resource stack and selecting Edit Points. Here is the default group, D2D points, and I can expand the group to see all 10 points. I can select which points are locked or movable, hidden or shown in the editor, and edit the precise location of any point using the Edit button. We can also create new groups of points. For example, I can create a new group called NC Airports that I'll store the locations of 3 of North Carolina's largest airports in. I'll then select my group and click New Point. I'll input a name, RDU, and its precise coordinates in decimal degrees or degrees only. Since this is a static location, I'll uncheck the movable box to ensure I don't accidentally move it. When I click OK, I can see my new point with its label in the editor. Now, I don't have the coordinates for the CLT and GSO airports on hand, but I can use the Airports Map resource in Cave as a reference and then manually place those points. For now, I'll close the Points List tool and go to Maps, Aviation, All Airports to load the airport locations. The airports are a bit too bright for me, so I'll change the color of the airports to a muted dark khaki. Here's a tip. To change the resource stack from the product resource view to the map resource view while editing points or baselines, instead of right-clicking anywhere in the editor, hold right-click to open the display menu, then choose Show Map Legends. Now, I'll zoom to Charlotte Douglas and right-click directly over the hatch to snap a point to that location. I can then hold right-click on the point and choose Edit Point to change its name, move it to the NC Airports group, and make it not movable. Then I'll do the same with GSO, the Piedmont Triad International Airport. With these points in place, I can now use them in the volume browser to create time height, variable versus height, model sounding, or time series displays. Let's now go back to the map editor and explore baselines. First, I'll unload the airports since I no longer need them. Baselines are also found in the Tools menu. I'm going to hold right-click in the editor again to open the display menu and choose Show Product Legends. Notice how the baselines are now editable, but the points are no longer editable. This is because we can only have one editable resource in a map editor at one time. Like points, we can click and drag vertices to move them. We can also click and drag the line to move the entire baseline element. Right-clicking will snap one vertex of a baseline to your location, but you'll likely find clicking and dragging the vertices to be the most intuitive for baseline editing. Baselines can also have more than 2 vertices. To add additional vertices, hold right-click on the line and choose Add Vertex. To delete a vertex, hold right-click on the vertex and choose Delete Vertex. I'll now place 3 baselines in my North Carolina domain, one along the I-95 corridor, one roughly along the I-40 corridor to Raleigh, and one smaller one through the highly populated Research Triangle area. Here's another tip. Place your vertices such that the letter without the apostrophe is to the west of the vertex with the apostrophe. This will make your cross-sections a bit more intuitive to read since they will draw from left to right, from A to A prime, B to B prime, and so on. I'll make some final tweaks to the vertices, then I'm ready to use these lines for creating vertical cross-sections in the volume browser. With your points and baselines set to your preferences, you can slice and display data to meet your specific needs. So go ahead and try a few displays out for yourself. If you need any technical support, please contact us at support-awips@unidata.ucar.edu. Thanks for watching.